What is up? Tuesday Night Live. Where's my thing? It is here. Yeah. Nice. Tuesday night. Sunshine. Get the wisdom. I hope you dine well on your dinner, so you're full of energy. Time to come and receive the things that make you free. Yes, that was a good one. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to another exciting edition of Tuesday Night Live. Place where all of your dreams come true. Assuming that is that your dreams are to listen to me talk for 30 minutes. Happy to be here. You're all doing well. Yeah. So as I'm leading these, both for people watching now, as I'm doing this live on Tuesday night, and also people that are watching this as a recording, I'm always in this interesting time place where I'm waiting for people to join the live video while simultaneously knowing that there's people watching this in the future. But in their now moment, they're like, well, what the fuck? I'm here, so why is Seth waiting? So what I've always kind of figured is that I just start talking and let people in the future hear me now, and let people now hear me in the future when they come on. Future people hear me now people hear me in the future. Makes sense if you think about it. Just finished a water fast. I did a multi-day water fast. 5 days. It was a lot of water fasting. It was a lot of water fasting. So I water fasted for a few days. And just yesterday, I started eating again. And I decided that this is something that I'm going to do every single month. So every month, I am going to do a water fast for the first 3 days. So the first 3 days of every month, I will be, so the first to the third of every month. And I made a WhatsApp group for that. So if anybody wants to join, if everybody feels inspired and you're like, I want to water fast too, you may water fast with me. So cheers. Let me know if you want to be a future water faster, a monthly water faster. It's really good for discipline, to kind of shock your system a little bit. But also, there's something called autophagy, which is when we stop eating and we start drinking water instead. It allows our cells to refresh. It allows our cells to clean. And there's this, the longer you water fast, the more this process can carry on. And there's also ketosis, which starts happening. So after 48 to 72 hours, the body goes into ketosis, which is when the body starts using its own fat, its own resources for fuel, for energy, which is another kind of cleansing process, right? It's like starting to suck up all the stuff in the body that's been waiting. So, if anybody is feeling like they want to try this, they want some support, just drop me a line, send a message, and I will send you the link to the WhatsApp group for the monthly, the first third every month water fast. In other news, I went to Jeopardy today. I went to a taping of Jeopardy in the Sony Studios. Really cool experience. I've been watching the show since I was a kid. And, you get there and they, after you kind of wait in this line and you check in the parking garage, they shuttle you over through the lot, through the Sony lot to the Jeopardy studio, and you go in, and it's just so cool to kind of sit there and watch the taping happen. And it was really cool. Ken Jennings is currently the host of Jeopardy. Alex Trebek, after he passed away. Ken Jennings is the winningest Jeopardy contestant ever. He's like won, and then he won the Tournament of Champions, and then he won. It was all the best guys, and he won out of all of them too. And it was cool. So I got to see him, and then it was a Tournament of Champions. So there's a lot of other winners there, hanging out also in the audience, and it was just a really cool experience. It was really neat to be in that, to see it. And one of my favorite parts was the thing happened, and we're all getting more and more excited, and everyone had already been there for 2 hours, and so we're sitting in the audience, and then it's time, and then they introduce the people, and it's and now please welcome Ken Jennings, and he comes out, and everyone's yeah, and we're all excited, and the camera swoops over the audience on this big dolly, pans across, flies over us all, and then goes over to him, and he's hi everybody, da da da, and then he messes up his lines, oh fuck, and then he kind of goes backstage, and everything's and stops, and all right, pretend that didn't happen, and you're welcoming again for the first time, and it was just funny, and it was just this kind of moment where you're oh, okay, yeah, this is television, and it's how we experience it at home is just this one long, clean continuation. It's not. There was multiple times where after the at the end of the show, they would go back and they would retape him speaking out some of the questions that he misspoke and stuff. And it was just cool to see behind the scenes of all that, to see how it all works. So yeah, it was neat. It was a very neat experience, and exciting, very exciting to be in that world. So if anybody has any questions, any themes, anything you'd love for me to share about tonight, generally the way these Tuesday night lives work is that I chat for a little bit on a theme, either of your choice or just something that kind of comes through me, channels through, and then afterwards we do a bit of a group practice session, a group meditation. I generally kind of shifted into a group energy healing. This works for people that are watching it live in the moment. This also works for people that are watching it in the future. If you are not here right now, it's okay, because this works through time and space. Time and space are not constraints. I guess that's a good word. In that place, in the field of energy. When I started doing these virtually, is actually over the pandemic. I did an event virtually, a group energy healing online, and I, chatting, and this is back in the day where I'd really been building up my Facebook audience. So I made an event, and there was 300 people there. And so I start doing this energy healing, and as I'm doing it, I just feel more and more and more people. And I was I feel thousands of people here, and I kind of look, and it's only still 300 or whatever. And I was that's so weird, but yeah, this is reaching thousands of people. I'm like, all right. And I could just feel more and more people coming in. And eventually, what I became aware of is like, this is the energy of people in the future. This is people who are going to be watching this in the future, but I'm plugging into their energies now, which is fascinating. And also, for those of you right now watching this in the future, know that we're still connecting. And so I did that healing. It was really powerful. And, skip ahead like a month, lo and behold, when I checked back, there was, 3,000 people that had watched it. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat how this works. And, although we're separate in space, you're not here with me. But the truth is, it's like, even if you can give Reiki to somebody, right? Even if you can do a healing for somebody that's sitting right in front of you, that's still a distance healing, even though they're right in front of you. If you're right in front of me, if you're on the other side of the room from me, if you're outside of the house, if you're down the street, if you're, it's all still the same thing. Actually, if you really get to the nitty gritty of it, even people that are practicing Reiki, even if you're, have your hands hovering over somebody, you could literally still do the same thing if that person is in their own bed at home and you're sitting in your room and you're just imagining it and you're sending your energy like that, they can still receive it. We did this thing called the thunderclap handshake, which is where we clap our hands, and you could actually do this now. So you're not holding your phone. You clap your hands and you rub your hands together, and we would create a ball of energy. We would create a ball of energy together. And then we would angle that ball of energy towards the screen and imagine that all of the people at home are also doing the same thing. And everyone watching this in the future, you're all doing the same thing. And we're all holding this ball of energy together. And as you just breathe and you just let yourself kind of feel, you just start to feel this field of energy. You can feel like there are multiple people holding this energy ball all together. It gets really, really powerful as you start doing this. It's really neat. And you can start feeling other people kind of in the thing, and really starting to make this experience that we are connected, that you're not alone, that time and space are not limits to how we can experience each other, to how we can connect to each other. What if, Seth Monk becomes a super famous spiritual dude, and someday, people are going back through all these like, oh wow, Seth Monk's videos. And what if, like, at some point there's, like 10,000, there's like 1,000,000 people that someday are coming through all of Seth Monk's old videos and doing this practice together. What if there's this giant field of energy right now that we're connected to? As you're holding this field of energy, what about all the ancestors of yours that have passed down their genetics, that have stayed alive for their lineages to continue? What about all the people in the future who are praying to their ancestors, which is us now? What about all of the people in our lives that are sending us their love and their support? If you're into angels and spirit guides and that sort of thing, how many supportive entities and beings are around you, sending you their love and their support? Even if there's 2 people sitting here doing this, even just with the 2 of us, there's still thousands of beings in the room, thousands of energies involved. It's kind of interesting that we often take the physical reality to be so not even just important, but the physical reality to be so much more important than the non-physical. But as we connect energies, we channel energies, we can start to feel that there's this whole non-physical reality that is just as real, it's just as valid. And so instead of talking, I see we don't have many questions tonight. So let's get right into that practice. So I invite you all to close your eyes and to just begin dropping in. Begin dropping into wherever you are, the feeling of your body, the feeling of the space around you. If you can't close your eyes, if you're driving, just allow the thing to happen. So spaciousness, space is healing. Healing is connected to wholeness. Wholeness is healing. So when things come back into the whole, when things reconnect, imagining a brain that is damaged, right? And energy is not flowing through the whole thing, but as we start to allow energy to flow, it reconnects all of these sleeping parts, it wakes things up, it makes this brain, the system whole again. So what if healing could actually instead be called wholing? WHOLING. And we're actually bringing your system into wholeness. So with your eyes closed, take some deep breaths in through the nose, down into the belly, out through the mouth. Coming into the feeling of your body. And as you begin to relax, inviting you to keep this expanded awareness to expand to the space around you, but also to expand interdimensionally to feel all of the people practicing with you. And that's not even just the people on this call, that's people in different churches and in temples and monasteries, people in their bedrooms and yoga centers, monks in caves, people in the woods, that right now, just the collection of humans on this planet who are connected through their practice. And also opening up to those in the past, to those in the future, who are sending us their love, their support, their well wishes, opening up the time element. And again, going to dimensions that are even more subtle than ours. Any angels, guides, beings of loving support that may be out there for us. Why not? We'll take all the support we can get. Even just connecting to that frequency, the frequency of love, the frequency of support, the frequency of healing. And setting the intention to heal parts of our body, parts of our energy fields, parts of our mind, parts of our hearts, allowing whatever parts of us that needs support to receive support. And imagining now the shimmering white light coming down from the center of the universe, from the source of the Big Bang, coming down from the divine, coming down through the heavens, coming down through space and time and dimensions. This piercing white light coming down into your body, like a spotlight coming down and then through the crown of the head. Imagine this shimmering white light just penetrating through your system, going wherever it is most needed. Whatever parts of your physical body that need supports, through your blood, your bones, your nerves, your organs, your heart, your brain, your skin, your teeth, your hair, your nails, your eyes, your DNA, whatever on the physical level is requiring healing. Any injuries or wounds, any sicknesses or illnesses, allowing this white light connected to all things to connect to that place in you physically, to bring physically your body. Your lungs, your diaphragm, your liver, your gallbladder, your kidneys, your stomach, your intestine. For women, their wombs. Allowing this energy to move through the body wherever it needs to go. Places that are sick, places that can be sick. For women, the ovaries and reproductive systems. For men, the prostate, the testes, wherever. Could even in the future be a site of sickness or illness. Letting this energy move through the systems of the body to your knees, to your joints, anything that could require this support, this connection, this healing, all the way down to your feet and toes and toenails. Not leaving any part of your body out. The energy goes into your spine, the spinal fluid, from your tailbone all the way up to the base of your spine, and the skull into the brain itself. Into the reptilian brain, part of the brain just right connected to the spinal cord on top. Expanding to the mammalian brain. It's the brain on top of that brain. And there's the neocortex, so even the human parts of the brain, as it were. The pineal glands, the pituitary glands, to all of the active functioning parts and areas of the brain, all the places that need support. Imagining the brain just filling with this energy, connecting in all directions, firing all of its synapses, refreshing. This energy also expanding around the body, letting this energy circle the body, the auric field of the body. Also traveling into the emotional and mental planes, the energetic planes of the body. Just clearing out anything in the auric field. It doesn't need to be there, anything that's not ours. Energies, beings, attachments, whatever could possibly be in the field of energy around us that we're carrying with us, just sweeping it out, cleansing it out. letting this field of light just expand to your home, to your families, to any other parts of your life that need this energy, anyone that you're connected with that could use this healing, this oneness, this wholeness, this connection, allowing this to expand. Allowing this energy to go wherever it is needed. Just really letting this flow. Letting this flow wherever it needs to go in the world, in the entire world. Anywhere in this dimension, other dimensions, in this time, past, present, future. Allowing this to flow wherever it is most needed, to the farthest reaches of the universe that are still connected to us. Just allowing this energy to go where it is needed. And allowing all of this light to become one. Allowing all of the light in the entire universe to merge into one light. All of the love to merge into one love. allowing just everything to merge into oneness. Giving this a moment to settle, giving the energy time to rest. Allowing this to integrate fully. Allowing as if you're laying in the beach in the sunlight. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just receiving this light fully in surrender. Letting yourself start to come back. Returning. As you wish. Thank you guys for joining me in that portal. It's a pleasure journeying with you there. If you're still there, keep going. ready to just go to sleep and stay in that energy, do it. Knowing and trusting that this energy, this healing will continue even after this call. This will keep flowing through the system. So, yeah. My name is Seth Monk. Appreciate you joining me tonight. Reminding you again that I've started a group for fasting. We will be fasting water fast the 1st through the 3rd of every month. If you want to get on board on the water fast train, choo choo, splash splash, let me know. I have a WhatsApp group I can send you the link for, the 1st through the 3rd of every month. I have no idea where I just went. Leaped into another reality real quick. I'm also going to be leading another trip to India in September of this year. So at the end of this year, if you want to travel with me to India, to Dharamsala, it's in the Himalayan mountains. It's where the Dalai Lama and the Tibetan community live. It's going to be a really beautiful trip. Going to be having a local experience. We're going to stay mostly in that one location, doing spiritual practices there, but also some really cool adventuring. Go hiking up into the mountains, camp out there one night, paraglide over the Himalayan mountain at one point, which is going to be really cool. Just beautiful sightseeing and sacred site visiting. A lot of beautiful locations are on the schedule. So if you're feeling like this is your year to travel to India with me and these group of people, let me know. Otherwise, thank you all so much for joining. This was great. Pleasure seeing you. Hope to see you again soon. Tuesday Night Live.